When you're ready, come back into child's pose. So, get anything under your legs, like you can use this little blanket. This is perfect, actually, if you want, or that one. Yeah, these blankets are actually a lot better than yoga mats because they slip and slide around, so you use your stabilizers, and also you can kind of like ease into a pose by sliding into it. And also, yoga mats aren't very good for the environment. Oh, wow, I just felt my back pull so hard. It was just locked up because I was sitting all day. I drove like 8 hours straight. So let's take a big breath in and start to hum. This vibration is actually going to help us get into this parasympathetic meditative state, and it's going to let us relax our muscles using our mind. And the breath becomes much slower when we hum, and that resonation increases the pressure in our chest cavity, allowing more oxygen to absorb, more carbon dioxide to be expelled, so it increases exchange. We can slowly work our hands towards our body, pushing our way up and out of this child's pose, coming into our prayer pose, Vajrasana. We can bring our knees together and really, you can pull your legs together here and kind of create some force here. And we're just going to lean back and look up, open up our heart, open up our hands, palms open here, out, back, shoulders open, flying upwards. Now let's close our energy, and with every breath, imagine we're becoming lighter, that we're floating upwards with this energy, that we're becoming grounded in our weightlessness. And let's slowly fold forward and open up our knees again. So come into another child's pose. And just as quickly as we get into it, let's slowly start to come upwards onto our hands and our knees, tucking our toes under behind. And let's go ahead and tuck our tailbone in, come into cat, pushing backwards, and slowly tilting it back more and more, but not quite into child's pose, just to far enough back so that you're not over. And let's start to undulate our hips side to side here in this bowed position. And we can rotate and twist them even from side to side, twisting our shoulders a little bit to continue the upper body. And really feeling how even when we twist just our shoulders, we don't have to twist the bottom, you will still feel this in your hips. Is he making love to your hand? Yay!
A
little
he's
bit.
Attacking.
Oh, he's just attacking. Yeah.
I don't know. He's just this.
No,
weird,
he's not humping.
No, he's not humping. He's
He's
fixed.
just kind of weird. It is kind of.
And let's slowly push up into our downward dog here. And we can do a little bicycle action side to side with the legs. And let's go ahead and breathe here, and then relax the feet, letting the heels drop, letting the knees bend a little bit, and pushing deeper back into that angle. And then once we get deeper back, let's take another deep breath here. And again, relax and release and press backwards. Slowly beginning to straighten the legs here. By the end of the practice, we'll be able to straighten our legs without creating a compensation bend in our back, which has happened when your back is tight. Your legs will actually yank on it. So let's go ahead and bring our left leg forward here, all the way through. And we're going to slowly start to tiptoe our toes forward. And we can take them as far as we want here. You want to take them far enough so that you start to feel some tension behind your knee. And then once you feel that tension, rock it backwards a little bit. See if you can pull and kind of, don't go too far, I don't want you to There you go. And then when you rock it backwards, you'll feel it open up behind your knee.
That feels amazing.
This is the myofascial opening stuff that they don't teach you really anywhere. Like nowhere talks about this. But when you hold this, it's different than just the muscle relaxing. So let's breathe into that. And let's go ahead and lift our foot a little bit off. Let's feel what happens behind our knee and to the tendons and ligaments back there when we start to. Let's move the hip side to side. And slowly come back forward onto that. And I want you guys to put your shoulder locket right here. And we can use our shoulder to take a lot of weight off that back knee. So we're going to really press into that knee. And then we can take even more weight by bringing our hands back. This. And even with your top of your foot against the ground, you can lift up a little bit and get this going. And then you can drop back down, G, and straighten your foot flat against the ground and push it back. Lift your foot that way. It's another side. So then let's slowly start to, yeah, that's money. Yeah, you can really isolate it. It's a totally separate stretch than any other stretch. You're using gravity and the leverage of your body in this position to just put the muscle under immense pressure. When you put it under that kind of pressure, it can tune itself in its inconsistencies and iron itself out and heal itself in ways that it can't when it's not under pressure. So let's slowly start to twist our leg. Watch this, you guys. We're going to twist our leg outwards. And we're going to come into our side kick. So we're starting here, and then we're starting to twist, and then we come onto our side of our leg. Yeah, you just want to kind of, there you go. Just keep it, and then once you get there, you might want to prop yourself up just to keep it in line. It helps, but the goal is just to feel it in that hip. Maybe in your side of your little bit. And really try to get, if you're not feeling it in the hip, then push your body higher. Bring your hand closer and just really. This is one of those ones where when we do the stretch after this, and you're going to think of the fact that people don't do this their whole life. Oh, wow, I just felt it release. Do you guys watch? If you start to lean back, you're going to feel the muscle release.
Sure, I'm doing it
When
right.
you start to scoot, just start to fall back. Like, come off of the side onto your butt, onto your round
I
butt.
think I need to.
No, just come onto your flat butt. There you go. Did you feel it release?
What?
Like the muscle kind of slides past your bum.
I'm not doing anything right here.
Okay, let's just come into this. Check what I'm doing right here. So we have this leg here. We're gonna come onto our backs. And we're gonna take that same leg, for me it was my right, and we're gonna lift it high. And then we're gonna pull it across and over. And then pull our toes back and straighten the leg. And you're gonna feel it on the outside of that knee. So you see we're working our way around the knee. First we did above the knee, then we did the side, then we did the back, then we did the outer knee, and now we're coming back to the outer knee, but we're doing it in a passive position where it's now stretching itself. So there's active. There's two kinds of poses. One where the muscle is bearing your weight and giving, like the most powerful poses are the ones where your muscle's being used and being forced to relax at the same time. So gravity, and it's doing some work, and this type of stretch is really powerful because it locks. Right now we're locking the tendons in our knee, and when we pull back with our toes, we're pulling from both directions, and that really lets your body heal and calibrate the joint, so it evens out all the unevenly distributed, like, connective tissue, basically. So we can lift this leg up and slowly cross it over our knee. And we're going to lift our hips and stretch the front of our hips right here. And can slowly pivot and come down onto that side, getting a stretch in our upper back. Slowly returning to middle. Let's do another lift, straight, just flex that out, and then we can switch legs here. So we're just gonna do one of these in the beginning, just to open it up a little bit. But then, we're gonna go ahead and slowly take our left leg, come to a seated half lotus. I'm guessing our left leg's up right now, right? Yes. Our left legs. And then I want you guys to place, so go from here, push it down, open it if you need to. So to really push up into it. Really good. Yeah, it's so good when you've been sitting all day. Does it feel like it's opening? Don't go past the pain point. Just stop at the pain point and take a huge breath. You don't need to, pulling the muscle doesn't do anything. It just needs oxygen. If you stretch it too much, the energy can't actually flow in. Okay, so now we're going to take the foot and bring it over. We're going to go into our little side stretch. So whatever foot is up and over, the opposite arm crosses. And you twist, but continue with the neck. And then once you're in it, come up as high, as forward as you possibly can. Even compensate, let go of the leg for a second and just come up all the way, as tall as you can. And then come into a twist. And then twist only horizontally. Don't let yourself compensate on your height. And now you're gonna feel your body readjusting your spine. You take a big breath, you feel the pressure, and then you twist deeper, and then you let it out, twist even deeper. Continue with the neck. Slowly returning to center, coming away from our hips here, and then into a lunge with the left foot forward.
The opposite
Yes,
foot?
yes, and now we're on the other side. And then if you want to crack your knee, if there's something in there or some pressure, you can actually lift it and just squeeze that. Did you hear that noise that just made? So it's like you squeeze your muscle, and because there's already all this tension, if you did that squeeze type of thing in a normal relaxed state, you could even damage your knee. But because it's being pulled from all directions, you squeeze it and it just kind of gives it a little life. So when we squeeze our joints, we are actually oxygenating them because the joints don't have blood supply. So they get all their oxygen through diffusion. So let's go ahead and do a little twist now that we're opened up on this side. We can do a twist in the lunge. So let's raise up our same hand onto that knee and begin to twist into that side. And we can also open up our neck nice and long and then kind of let it fall. But make sure it's long and out to the side because we're twisting. Continue your spine really nice and tall and then kind of let it open up to the side. Okay, now let's come back down. And we're going to inch our foot forward here and do those behind our knee openers. And you can really just get into as deep of a stretch as you want to go, but don't go to the pain. And then just see if you can and just relax. And you'll find you can literally gain 3 inches if you just let yourself go through that process 8 to 10 times for the same muscle. There's no reason to really do that unless you really want to progress. Like some people, for my Rage Against the Hips series, people have really bad back pain. You're like, I'm tired of this. I want to get rid of it. I'm like, okay, here's 5 hours worth of hip openers. And that's something that you can target. So right now, feel what it's like to open up that leg out to the side. So coming into your arch here a little bit. So Greg, if you want to tuck your toes outwards, and the side leg. There you go. And the reason we can do this on this side is because we opened up the other side with the basic stuff, so we're more warmed up now. So we can also now start to come onto our other side and do the little side. And it helps to keep the toes pulled upwards and the leg straight. Yeah, and you can really get on that side. But you wanna be on the same axis, man. You don't want, this isn't a forward fold. Get on, like roll onto the side of your foot, and then there you go.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, man. There you go. Ideally, like you want to be completely just in that
I'm
side.
stretching the lower back.
Yeah, you just want to be in the side axis. You're doing another stretch. It's okay if it feels good. You can do it. And then we're gonna.
Oh, we're just being on the side axis.
Yeah. And then we can kind of come into this leg being extended. And then we're gonna bring it up and over. So it's the same left leg. And it's also kind of about working in the rest pose at the right time. You can, so it's like we were kind of tired at the end of those lunges, and this pose is targeting the same area, so we're going deeper, but it's a relaxed pose. And also you can take your knee and start lifting it upwards towards your face, and then push out with your toes still tensed, and just feel how the tension starts to transfer into your heel. So this is sciatica prevention right here. You're feeling that numbness start to develop in your leg potentially. If you do this right, you can make your whole leg go numb. And what you're doing is you're changing the relationship between the casing around the nerves and the muscles and the cells themselves. So you're ironing out the myofascia. So we're gonna bring our leg back up, cross it over, and lift up. Slowly falling to the other side on our knee, and opening up our shoulders and our back for that upper back twist. Yeah. Let's do another hum here. And you can focus on the point that the vibration happens in your sinuses. And it's so close to your pineal gland, you can see why singing is one of the most holy of breath exercises, and why it's so important that every single person sing. It doesn't matter if you have good voice or bad voice. It's literally medicine for the body. Even on a subtle level, the vibration is healing, but not to mention everything else that comes from it. So let's slowly pivot back up to center, and we'll lift our hips one more time. Kind of move around. See, maybe you want to go to the other side even, just kind of give yourself what you need for a minute. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and take our left leg, pull it nice and close, and pick up our baby. Thank you, our baby, our knee. We love you. Thank you for walking us around today and functioning, not complaining, bearing all of the weight of that side at that moment. And let's take a deep breath in and release as we exhale. At the end of your exhale, you can do Mula Bandha and suck the air into your stomach. That weird motion creates this negative vacuum inside of your chest cavity, and it's good for cleaning your kidneys, your renal system. So let's go ahead and let our ankle down, but hug that knee in close. Give our ankle that break, and we can roll our ankle a little bit here, both of them, get some energy flowing. Now let's go ahead and lift up our other knee. One hand, one knee, both knees up. Half happy baby. Let's go ahead and start rocking our knees back and forth, creating a little nice bounce in the hips. And really pull them to their max and let them spring back. So pull them apart and let them kind of come back together.
I'm on a creaky board.
That's why they call the yoga self-love. Okay, now grab your ankles and pull out. This is a hip opener. Be careful because it's kind of like, it's a little bit intense sometimes. And it's really intense when you start to rock them outwards like we were doing before. But it's just showing the body that, yeah, you can go there. It's safe, you can go there. You're not going to get damaged. You can release all this extra scar tissue that we've built up because we're going to start strengthening these muscles. And we're going to start twisting our knees together and apart, crossing them, and then out, and then cross, and then out, and then cross. And let's go ahead and lift our right leg up. Hug it in. Hey, right leg, baby. We can keep our toes pulled in if we want to protect our knee. Keeping those tendons engaged as we go into stretches. Most of the time is a good way to protect the knee, so flexing the toes. And this is kind of like a pigeon pose, but in pigeon the back leg is bearing some weight and it's kind of pressed up against the ground. In this pose, you can even lean backwards if you get a little blanket to put under your butt, and you can use the weight of your actual leg to stretch itself. Alright, now let's end with a little bit of a squat. I think, unless you guys have any specific poses that you're craving. Oh, and now it's gonna feel good to get into this. It's like, your back is like, okay, we're ready. And there you go, that's okay. That's how you know you're doing it right. The weights and your heels. For you, maybe you can pull your legs a little further apart. Yeah. To help you get your heels down. And then put your hands all the way forward. And then come up into your upper back. That's so money, dude. That's 20 massages a day for you if you can just do this pose once in a while. You'll never need another leg. I know, right? And then do a little of this. Upper back is like, whoa, what are you doing to me? Whoa. And then we can push our butt up. And we can pull back into our forward fold. And then we can lean forward into our toes and really just put our weight forward. Now let's slowly start to bend our back down, lowering our butt back down towards the earth, and then twisting our upper body up, pivoting at the halfway point, and slowly coming up. Big arms, big breath. Tuck the hips in. Pull the arms down into prayer pose. Hips all the way forward. Keep breathing out. Pull it down into receive pose. And then all the way back. Let's start to little circle here and pull this energy all the way. Now you guys can feel how we're taking that energy that was in our back and we're circulating it through our body, literally. These are like toxins that are stored in our body, and now we've liberated them. We're breaking them down. And that's why when we ground in our energy, we lift up our hands and pull it in. You can feel that something is moving around inside of you. Like it's an energy or something, but there's something in your blood and you can feel it. Some people say it's neurotransmitters like the ganja, the alcohol, whatever. In your body, it gets back in and then it goes to your brain, goes to your liver. So it's really interesting, the theories. These are all theories. There's no real clinical research. But that's a little 20-minute back opener.
Oh, that was amazing.
If you guys
Thank
want
you.
to take a little nap, I'm down to play some guitar or something. But we're kind of already standing. We came out of it kind of quick. Still going?
Yep.
Cool.
25 minutes.